Good morning, Ginger. How are you doing today? How are you? What you doing today? Not much, huh? You say hello? No? Okay. It's my fountain dripping over there. The crow cawing in the background. I thought I'd take you on a tour of what garden I've got so far. That's my chives. Those I've had for a couple years. They're not doing that great, but they're chives. And I got this rosemary plant. And then I've got some oregano and a tomato plant and I think a green bean plant, but I don't know. It's a free grown. I haven't seen any green beans yet. And then I've got some sage. That's going pretty good. And then I got some more chives down in here. They're really good. I eat them every morning. And some kind of squash plant or it's a free growing squash plant. I don't know what it is yet. We'll find out. And a tomato plant in there. A couple in there. And I got 2 avocado plants growing. And another tomato plant. And then I've got lemon balm back there. These are my water things. So I'm taking you on a tour of my yard, my garden. I've got a free grown, looks like it might be a winter squash. It just came up. And there's a big fruit down in there, if you can see. It's growing. And it's so hardy that it's just climbing up over this barrier, coming down over the side, and it's probably going to have some more. Although I'm not much of a winter squash eater right now. But maybe later I'll be eating more. Then I've got, well, there's sweet peas. They're not edible, they're just a flower plant. And I got some more tomato plants here growing. I've got me a nice fig tree over here that I started this spring. It's a large fig. Makes the really large figs, and it is so good. So I don't know if I'll get it. I don't think I'll get any fruit on it this year, but next year I will. More than likely, if it survives. And then over here on my mound, I've got asparagus that are growing first time this year, and tomato plants on the left here. They're kind of hidden by all this zucchini. I've had 1 zucchini out of it so far, and it looks like I may have more. Let's hope. Seems to be producing mostly all blooms. I haven't seen too much fruit. I see 1 fruit back in there, but they seem to turn yellow, and I'm not sure why they do that. Must be that they're just not doing too well, but we'll see. This morning the bees are pollinating. They're having a good time. And I got some more tomato plants here that are free grown. Well, actually I planted them. Another tomato plant back there that's free grown. And then I've got, oh, Ginger's doing her job. Oh, nice. Oh well, I got some more fig trees here. Well, actually it's 1 fig tree and it's got lots of figs on it this year, and I've had it for a couple years now. It's got huge, well, it's not huge, they're the regular size figs. They're still yummy. I really enjoy them. And I've got another one way back over there in the corner of my yard. As you can see, it's growing. It's not doing too well because that area is not that great, the soil, for some reason. Then I've got this area here that is got tomato. And there's my one big, all those blooms are a carrot plant. I had one carrot that I left grow and it has bloomed, and I've got a beefsteak tomato plant in here that's got some huge tomatoes on it, and I'm looking forward to eating them. As you can see, some of these already. So, and I've got some radish. I eat mainly the greens on the radish, so I'm not really concerned that they make a radish. And I've got what's left of my lettuce, but this used to be quite a display of lettuce. I had quite a bit out of this one. It was very nice, and it lasted a long time, so I was really glad about that. Here's the other side of this carrot plant. I'm looking down at my legs because sometimes I get bit by mosquitoes. Then I've got some more. There's a squash growing in there, and then there's some cucumber growing in there. 2 plants, looks like, and they're doing pretty good. Some more tomato plants. And then I've got this is my grape arbor. It's muscadine grape. And I am hoping that with all the rain that we've had, that I'm going to have a good amount of grapes. The grapes seem to be getting larger. They're kind of small right now. Let's see if I can find any in here. Well, here's some. There's one right there. There's a couple. See, it's not, I thought it was going to have more, but I don't know. We'll see later on. Sometimes the birds get them. I was hoping for some muscadine wine. And I've got a Roma plant. Roma tomato plant in here. And another cucumber plant. And I've got another rosemary plant that was kind of taking over. You can just kind of pinch back the leaves on this. And I've got some collard greens, turnip greens, and I think some broccoli in there. Really, I don't know which is which, because I just kind of threw them in there. First I threw some others, and then I threw some others, and this is what I've got now. And I've sprayed it this morning because I discovered it had these worms on it, and they leave their little turds on the leaves, and they just eat the leaves really good. They're just a devourer. Really something, how they just eat everything up like they do. Oh, and over here I've got some, let's see, what's it called? Cabbage. Yeah, cabbage. I got some more tomatoes, cherry tomatoes in here, and that's cucumber down there, and the cucumber is also growing up the vine here. Well, it's actually a support. And my tomatoes. Then I've got, this is my kale. So you got an idea how small it is. But maybe it'll get bigger in the winter time if it survives. I've been spraying since my collards and kale was getting eat up. I sprayed this morning because we've had a lot of rain, and the bugs are going to start coming out because of the heat and all that. But they're doing pretty good. At least they're surviving. Here's the other side of my tomato plants. And I got some Better Boy planted in there too. I probably plant things too close together, but I just like to use every every inch of my space I got. And there's that fig tree. So this is, oh, and I got another area I want to show you. Over here on the other side of my grapevine, got some horseradish in here. That's going pretty good. And a big batch of oregano. And then I've got some lavender with some asparagus growing in the middle of this one. Don't know if you can see it. It's in there. And I figure maybe this fall or sometime I'll separate this lavender plant and cut it back and repropagate it and put it somewhere else. And I've got some lettuce that's growing pretty good, and I've pinched off some, and behold, they're starting to develop more lettuce. So I'm just kind of letting these go as I pinch them off and take some leaves and eat off of them. I've got some cucumbers over here that look kind of scrawny. I don't know, maybe it's just because they're in this clay soil, sandy soil, and there's not much nutrients, but I've been feeding it some some Miracle-Gro, so maybe that'll help. And I got a couple of tomato plants here. They're Better Boy. And another cucumber plant. Now that one's more of a bush type, which I had showed you earlier. And these are more of the vine type here. Well, Ginger likes smelling things. But this is the gist of my garden. The one that I wasn't going to plant this year. And I've got a bunch of mint, apple mint in here. That grows really well. I mean, I can just stick that in the ground and it just takes off. In fact, look at this foxtail grass. I love these. I love the little fuzzy things on them. They're so neat. And I've got crepe myrtle growing in there that I keep cutting back, and the great big elm tree here, and some kind of grass that's growing in here. We'll see what it displays. And I've got a Rose of Sharon that's really old, which I made a cutting off, and it's another one is over there by my fountain that's got a bloom on it. It is doing really good there. And then I've got these chamomile, or some kind of chamomile plants that I haven't figured out how to use yet to, make teas yet, but they're a pretty flower. And I've got some, whoop, sorry, dropped the camera. And I've got some, let's see, mint over in there. That's going pretty good. So this is the gist. This is what I collect water from. I've got my drain open here to collect water. And we've had so much rain that I've been able to fill up these jugs. I've fill up some more. I've got an area here that kind of spills over, so I'm taking advantage of the spill and collecting water. And I've got a basil plant here. That's going pretty good, and I really enjoy eating that. And a miniature rose. So, this is the gist of my garden, my yard. Hope you enjoy it.